I want to welcome you. This is Brian at Rissa and Brian Coaching. You can see us on Facebook and on our website and on our YouTube channel. So I want to talk to you a little bit about today a really wonderful strategy called Lease Option Assignments. Now, it's not really well known, but we're going to go through what Lease Option Assignments are. So Lease Option Assignments, one of the easiest and fastest ways to make money as a real estate investor, especially a beginning real estate investor. You're not really investing in the property, but you're providing a service by being a middleman, and you get a property under contract and then you sell the contract for a fee. So you're wholesaling the contract in a sense. Now you're not brokering, but when you sell a property and it doesn't have your name on it, but perhaps you have a contract to sell, that's an important aspect to be able to be a principal in a transaction and sell your interest. Are you brokering? Well, in some states you might be considered brokering, but most of the time, except in Texas and a few other places, lease option assignments work rather well. So, marketing. How do you find a motivated seller? Well, in general, you need to find a seller that is truly motivated to sell. I do like expired listings. You know, people that have tried to sell with an agent and they couldn't sell for an agent for some reason. It could have been a condition of the property or no equity. But you want to be able to have this tool when you're dealing with people that have tried to sell with an agent and it didn't work out for some reason. Who else? Landlords. Landlords that are pulling their hair out over managing properties are another source of lease option assignment deals. The landlords, they want their rent paid on time and they want somebody to keep their property neat and tidy and safe. And if they're not getting that from their tenant, a lease option is a great tool to present to that particular seller. So the paperwork entails, let's go through that. Let's go through the paperwork. So as an example, you have a $100,000 valued house that has no equity with a payoff of $100,000 and the market rent is $800 a month. What would you do with that? So, you convince the seller that you can help him get not $100,000 but $107,000 for the house if you work together. Here's how the numbers would work. The sales price would be increased to $110,000 with the lease with option. The tenant buyer will pay first and last month's rent plus $3,000 in a non-refundable option release fee. And that's basically they're going to pay you to release your particular option that's on the property. So the sales price will be $110,000 with $3,000 subtracted from with a strike price of $107,000. So there will be one, a lease, and two, an option to purchase agreement for $107,000 at $10 in option consideration. The tenant buyer is paying $3,000 to buy your paperwork, and we use the term option release fee for the investor to get paid. So what does the seller get? The seller gets a tenant buyer in their house that'll take care of it and pay market rent and buy the house down the road for $110,000 less the $3,000 discount. The tenant buyer gets a nice house in a nice neighborhood and a nice school district. He's paying a little bit more for the house, but he's getting market rent to use the house for 12 to 24 months. Lease option assignments. You as the real estate investor, you're acting as a principal in the transaction. You're not brokering for a fee, but you're at risk in the transaction. You're going to make $3,000 in about 10 hours. How cool is that? So make sure that you get a hold of Rissa and Brian Coaching either on Facebook or the website or a YouTube channel and learn a little bit more about lease option assignments. This is Brian. I want to thank you so much for listening to this short recording.